American Legends. 6 legendary American tastes, each with a cheesy crust. From Domino's.
Presenting the 1995 World Series, featuring the Cleveland Indians and the Atlanta Braves. Veteran Orel Hershiser was 7-0 in his postseason career. His counterpart, 19-2 on the season, Greg Maddux. It was a classic Game 1 matchup, and confidence was high.
I surprised myself. I expected to be a lot more nervous than I actually was, but it was almost like, a game we played back in June or July.
In the stands, Chipper's parents were joined by his wife, also experiencing her first World Series game. As it began, Chipper's dad already knew the score.
I tell you, the key to this series right here is keeping this guy off base.
Yeah, I know it.
He's a great player.
Hit down to short, and Belliard drops it, picks it up, and has no play. Belliard gets the start in place of the injured Blauser and begins the World Series with an error.
He had to go to his right a little bit, and I saw that, so I just took off running, and I saw him kind of bobble a little bit, and next thing I know, I was at first base.
But as Atlanta manager Bobby Cox knew all too well, Kenny Lofton had led the American League in stolen bases 4 straight years, and he wouldn't be on first for very long.
He goes, the pitch is strike 3, and the throw is not in time.
Keeping up with the Joneses' worst fears, Lofton was commanding everyone's attention. And with 1 out, he had one more thing on his mind.
They can get to third somehow, some way, and that's what I was trying to do, to get to third base.
Lofton goes, the pitch is low, the throw is not in time. Jones put the glove down, the throw is right there, but Kenny Lofton steals third.
Still 1 out, and second baseman Carlos Baerga looked to get his first ever World Series RBI.
And he hits a soft grounder to short. It will score a run. Belliard takes care of Baerga, but the legs of Lofton create the first run of the World Series.
Although he didn't allow a hit, Maddux trailed 1-0. In the bottom of the first, Hershiser gave up a leadoff single to Marquise Grissom, and with 1 out, Jones made his World Series debut.
You know, this has to be a thrill for him. Gotta be a thrill.
Remember when he was being drafted?
Yeah.
Chipper Jones, given first name Larry. And he hits the 2-2 pitch on a line, and it's caught by Vizquel, who starts a 6-4 double play.
I tell you what, that kid's a great shortstop. Great shortstop.
Parents can find a silver lining anywhere. But while Jones was robbed in his first World Series at bat, Orel was the victim 1 inning later in crime dog Fred McGriff's debut.
Freddie McGriff to lead off.
Well, the first at bat, your first World Series at bat, you want to get that first good swing. Just once you get that first swing, then you start loosening up. So I was telling myself, take a nice little rip.
And he launches one to deep right field. She's gone to tie it.
I try to be aggressive, and I was looking for a good pitch to hit. I know Orel throws a lot of strikes.
Fred's home run, it was supposed to be a fastball away, and I threw it right down the middle. It's just a blatant mistake, and that's the kind of hitter he is. He doesn't let you get away with anything.
Still tied in the 7th, Orel's clock began to wind down.
I didn't really have a concept of time in that game, of, oh, we are now in the 5th or the 6th or where it was. It was just the fact that I needed to keep getting people out, because Greg kept putting up a 0, so I needed to go out and match it. And I just didn't answer the bell in the 7th.
First, McGriff, as Orel's control slipped away.
1-1 tie, crowd rising as 1 for the 3-0 pitch, which is ball 4.
2 men on, nobody out. Hershiser had eclipsed 100 pitches, and during a mound conference, he felt it best that he not go on.
I was asked how I was feeling, and I told him, I don't really think I have it right now. I think you need to get somebody else in here. And Mark made the change.
To left-hander Paul Ossenmacher, who compounded matters for Cleveland by loading the bases with a walk to pinch hitter Mike Devereaux.
Well, this is absolutely amazing. You got a pitcher's duel going on. Very few hits, very few base on balls, and all of a sudden they're loaded up 3 walks.
Julian Taveras came on to face Luis Polonia, and though he would drive in a run, the Braves deserved a better fate.
Grounded to short, and it's juggled by Vizquel. He gets it out there, and they score the go-ahead run. Cox is going to argue the call.
I don't think Vizquel ever had control of the ball. Bruce Fleming called Devereaux out at second base because he said he was in the act of throwing. He never had control of the ball.
So it winds up as a force at second. It's 2-1 Atlanta. 1 out, runners at first and third. And Cox emphatically going through the signs.
And this situation has squeeze written all over it.
Chipper's dad certainly agreed.
Bunt the ball right here. Doesn't have to be a perfect bunt. Bunt it. Bunt it. Bunt it. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah.
All a batter has to do is make sure he gets it anywhere in fair territory. 3-1 Braves.
More than enough, it seemed, for the masterful Maddox, who would set a World Series record by allowing just 2 outfield outs. But with 1 down in the 9th, Lofton struck.
And that's hit into left field for a base hit. So Lofton with a single.
I'll tell you, Kenny Lofton in this postseason has been so impressive.
I wasn't going to just sit there and just let guys swing and make outs. I was going to try to do something.
And with a 3-1 lead with Lofton, who can run at first, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference.
He goes, and it's grounded to the right side, and Lemke plugs up the hole, throws him out, and Lofton's going to go to third, and he's going to get away with it. It's a terrible strategic move, but he gets away with it.
Terrible.
Life is full of chances, and you got to be aggressive, and I felt that these guys were taking bad swings, and they weren't hitting the ball good at a particular time. So if you feel that your team's not hitting the ball well, you got to do something else.
That would have been about the most embarrassing ending to a World Series game ever had Lofton been thrown out at third.
As it turned out, it's probably glad that he went ahead and scored, because that's just one less distraction on the bases. That's somebody you're not going to have to look at. I think if it does anything, it enables you to concentrate better on just the hitter, because that's all that's out there now is just the hitter.
And with 2 out, the only hitter remaining was Carlos Baerga.
He is phenomenal. We got to keep him off base because the next guy on deck is like the best player. He's an American League MVP. We got to keep him off base.
Tell you, nobody in baseball that I've seen in a long, long time can carve up a lineup like Greg Maddux.
And it's popped in the air down the left field line. Strike 1.
On the next pitch, Baerga sprained his ankle.
His legs look to me like they're bobbing.
Carlos Baerga appears to be hurt. These swings that he's been taking have been very funky.
Kirk Gibson went up there one-legged and hit a home run in the World Series before. So, I mean, even though the guy appears to be hurt, I don't think that's going to change your approach about anything.
And Maddox is a strike away. 1-2, pop, foul, giving chase is Jones, and he makes the catch to give the Braves the win.
A 3-2 victory in Game 1. Just the 15th two-hitter in World Series history.
Saturday, they'll turn a field of dreams into the chance of a lifetime. Live from the MLB Urban Youth Academy. 2 great games between historically black colleges and universities versus Division I powerhouses. It all starts Saturday, 5 Eastern on MLB Network. For 3 weeks in March, behind every pitch, behind every swing, throw, slide, behind every play, a nation. The 2009 World Baseball Classic. Get behind your nation. For tickets and information, go to worldbaseballclassic.com. The World Baseball Classic. Baseball spoken here. And watch MLB Network for live games and coverage starting Monday, March 2nd.
Today, what an opening act, huh? I think we've got a leading man and many of them.
Willie Mays just brought this crowd to its feet. Swing it over drive. State man.
A swing, a long drive, way back. It's good.
There's a new home run champion of all time.
Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Here's
the pitch.
El Presidente
Has painted an absolute masterpiece.
He's going. It's coming alive. Reed to the plate.
And he could end it all now with the most dramatic of flourishes.
What a performance. He is absolutely fabulous.
You're looking at one for the ages here.
He is Mr. November.
This is one of the all-time great balls. She is gone. The remarkable Ryan has attained baseball immortality. Baseball immortality.
The greatest of all time.
Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
They're going crazy. They're going crazy.
I don't believe what I just saw.
El Presidente, Dennis Martinez, was Cleveland's hope in Game 2. His first World Series start in 16 years, the longest such stretch in Major League history. His counterpart, Tom Glavine, 2-2 in series play with an impressive 2.08 ERA. The game was scoreless in the second when Albert Bell made the first inroad against Glavine.
And the 2-1 pitch. Sounded like a broken bat, but it finds the hole for a leadoff single.
Number 33, first baseman Eddie Murray.
Eddie Murray hadn't homered off Glavine in 54 National League at-bats. Now he sought to become the third oldest man ever to hit a series home run.
And a drive on the first pitch that may leave the yard. Chasing it into the corner is Klesko, and it's gone.
For the Braves would go on to tie the game at 2. As the night progressed, the 40-year-old Martinez began to tire. With one out in the 6th and Dave Justice on 3rd, he faced Atlanta's leading hitter in 1995, catcher Javier Lopez.
There's been a few games during the regular season that I've been a hero. You know, the last inning, getting the base hit to win the game. I don't get too nervous, and I try to concentrate as much as I can. That way I can do the job and celebrate after that.
Another 1-2 pitch. Sidearm again, in the air to deep center. This at least gets a run home, maybe more. Lofton will watch it leave. That ball just kept on carrying, and Lopez continues to be a clutch performer in the postseason, snapping the 2-all tie, and the Braves lead it 4-2.
After 2 more hits, Martinez was through.
Dennis struggled, really the entire game. Now that doesn't mean that Dennis wasn't still very effective, because Dennis struggling is better than a lot of pitchers when they're on the top of their game. He did struggle, but he did keep us in the ball game and allowed us a chance to win.
Martinez had pitched 5 2/3 innings, and after allowing 3 hits in 6 innings, Glavine also left the game. The Indians scratched out another run in the 7th to close the gap to 4-3. However, Cleveland's comeback hopes were dealt a severe blow in the 8th, when with 1 out, the second hit of the game by Manny Ramirez put him on first, but not for long.
You see Lopez indicate with his index finger. That means he wants it away from Thome. If he puts down 1 with his little finger, he wants it inside. Let's see what he does here. Fastball inside.
A throw in to first base, and they got him. Ramirez, with the mistake of a youngster in a World Series game, straying off first.
That was a planned pickoff play, though. You saw the sign by Javier Lopez inside, and then he gave him the fist, like purely pumping in there.
In that moment, I gave it the sign, and he was ready to cover the first base. I called that fastball in because I thought with 2 strikes, he's probably going to swing that pitch inside. And my thought was strike him out and throw him out in first base. But now that he took that pitch, at least he gave me a chance to throw him out in first base.
And that's exactly what he did, snuffing out the Cleveland rally before it got started. Come the ninth inning, Atlanta called on #1 reliever Mark Wohlers, who got 2 quick outs and looked to make shortstop Omar Vizquel his final victim.
Vizquel is hitless. And that's through for a hit as Wohlers tried to barehand it.
It's all right. It's all right. You go right here now. One more. One more. That's all we need. One more.
Vizquel is going on the 1-1 pitch, and there's no throw. A single could tie this game. Again, the 3-2. And this one is popped up. It's Chipper Jones, and it's 2-0 Atlanta.
A swing and a fling. The hero with both his bat and his arm. Catcher Javier Lopez. Surely a game he'll never forget. So too Wohlers, who fully understood the magic of the moment.
It's a dream come true to get a save in the World Series when there's 26 other teams sitting at home watching. You know, you're the best team in the National League, playing for your league, playing for your team, playing for your family, playing for yourself. And to get that last out and just to hear the roar of the fans in Atlanta, you know, celebrate and see the guys run out there and celebrate. It's a feeling you really can't explain.
Hot Stove on MLB Network.
This place is pretty awesome. We'll play a little ball after this. I'm ready.
Nobody covers baseball in the offseason like this.
I'm going to fire a 2-seamer on the corner right here.
Former players who know the game better than anyone.
The Yankees still have problems getting to Mariano at the end of the game.
Insiders who hear every red-hot rumor and guests who are heavy hitters. With a lineup this stacked, it's no wonder they hit it out of the park every night.
He's saying.
Hot Stove, tonight at 10 Eastern, only on MLB Network. MLB Network is proud to present the definitive epic of America's pastime, baseball, directed by award-winning documentarian Ken Burns. This Tuesday, inning 9, baseball suffers a serious blow with the 1972 players' strike, and Hank Aaron brings the fans back.
My favorite line in the whole film is, he said, "I never knew my mother could hug so tight."
Ken Burns' Baseball, Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
What you're about to see will change the way you look at weather. Presenting the revolutionary Rain-X Latitude wiper blades. Many traditional wipers have 6 pressure points that can create uneven pressure and cause streaking. Rain-X Latitude blades contour to hug the windshield for greater visibility and virtually no streaking. So it's like weather never happened. Get ultimate visibility with Rain-X Latitude wiper blades. Rain-X, outsmart the elements.
Welcome inside Studio 3. It's Greg Amsinger getting ready for the next edition of 30 Clubs in 30 Days here on MLB Network. This time we turn our preseason focus to the Minnesota Twins, a club that had a great year in 2008. For more on what to expect in the show, let's take you down to Fort Myers, Florida, where Trenny Kisnerick is standing by. Trenny.
Well, Greg, the Twins were oh so close to the postseason last year. They fell 1 game short to the Chicago White Sox. We're going to find out why the Twins are talking World Series this spring. We're also going to take a look at a couple of key position battles. All that and more coming up on Twins 30 Clubs in 30 Days.
Trenny, thank you very much. We look forward to it. Rod Gardenhire will be in the show. We'll also speak to Joe Nathan when we join you for the next edition of 30 Clubs in 30 Days, the Minnesota Twins edition here on MLB Network.
MLB Network's 30 Clubs in 30 Days, Saturday at 8 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
And so it was on to Cleveland. The Braves called on postseason veteran John Smoltz for Game 3, and the Indians countered with Charles Nagy, playing in his first postseason. Charles was in charge of keeping the Braves from taking a daunting 3-game lead. But with 2 out in the first, that rookie struck again.
left center field. Lofton and Bell in pursuit. One bounce against the wall. Chipper Jones, who doubled in the first in Atlanta in Game 2, does the same here.
Boy, that Chipper, man.
Jones is second, 2 down. And McGriff lines one toward the right field corner. Ramirez won't get it. Jones is going to score. The Braves are on the board. McGriff will stop at first.
That's not good. Not good.
But at Jacobs Field, no lead is safe.
The Indians have only 8 hits through the first 2 games. Lofton has 2 of them.
Come on, Sammy, get on base, baby!
Lofton's leadoff single in the bottom of the first further energized the Cleveland crowd.
Come on, Omar, move him over! Move him over, Omar!
Not going, and a drive toward the right field corner. Big trouble if it's fair, which it is. Lofton loses his helmet as he speeds around third. Vizquel wants a triple as Lofton scores, and Omar is in there.
Omar would score to make it 2-1 Cleveland. And in the bottom of the third, Smoltz ran into trouble once again. This time, a leadoff double by Lofton put him in scoring position. Now Vizquel was asked to move him over, but Omar got more than he bargained for.
Not going, Vizquel bunts. A terrific bunt if it stays fair, which it does. Runners at the corners with nobody out. Baerga, an RBI ground out his first time up.
After I pop out twice, the first 2 games, to finish the game, it was kind of hard for me. So that happened, and I said to myself, I need to help this team, to win this game, and I want to get a base hit, at least to get a chance for RBI to bring another RBI.
1-1 pitch, line to left, coming on Polonia, can't get it. Lofton scores. Vizquel stops at second, another RBI for Baerga. 3-1 Cleveland.
What they needed now was for the big man to chime in.
2 on, still nobody out, and here's Bell.
This is the guy that they've got to get going. I don't know how they're going to do it, but this is the guy that the Indians really have to have.
Hit hard toward the middle, it's through. Vizquel is going to score, an RBI for Bell. 4-1 Cleveland.
Unexpectedly, Smoltz was gone after 2 1/3 innings. Meanwhile, Nagy was cruising and escaped trouble in the 5th when he caught Grissom trying to steal third. But 2 bad pitches in the course of the next 2 innings cost him dearly.
McGriff drives one to right. Ramirez turns and watches this one go out. So now the Braves are within 2. On the first pitch, as we go to the 7th, Ryan Klesko with an opposite field home run. So solo homers by McGriff and then Klesko have made this a 1-run game.
In the bottom of the 7th, Lofton walked, one of 6 times he'd reached base in this game. He moved to second on a ground out, and with 2 down, stole third. The Tribe looked to Carlos to get back a run.
Dancing down the line at third as the pitch comes home to Baerga. Hit toward the hole. Mordecai from the outfield grass. Can't throw as he slips. And the speed of Lofton produces a run.
Monday, the top All-Star Game moments. Many have played this exhibition game full throttle, but which of these grand slams, strikeouts, and standing ovations is the Midsummer Classic's most magical moment? Prime 9, Monday at a special time, 9 Eastern on MLB Network. Before the excitement of the 2009 World Baseball Classic, you gotta know which players you're rooting for. Get a first look at who could be playing for their country. World Baseball Classic Final Roster Special, Tuesday at 6 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Subscribe now to MLB.tv and watch select spring training games and get almost 100 out-of-market regular season games live per week on your computer. Now get $10 off last year's subscription price. MLB.tv Premium brings you HD quality where available and the ability to pause, rewind, and fast-forward games. Choose from home and away team coverage and watch up to 4 games at once. Subscribe today to MLB.tv. For more details, go to MLB.tv, where baseball is always on.
So much good can come from a game.
Major League Baseball proudly supports RBI, reviving baseball in inner cities.
1, 2, 3, RBI!
Clubs in 30 days. Go to MLBnetwork.com to see when we'll be at your team's camp. Then watch for 30 clubs in 30 days every night, exclusively on MLB Network.
With a 5-3 lead at home, the Indians had to feel confident. But some folks were surprised that the 8th-inning pitcher was still naggy. Hargrove had his reasons.
He had only thrown 81 pitches, 83 pitches, something like that. That's a fairly low pitch count, and we felt he was throwing well. He said he felt fine. Charlie had really handled Grissom and Polonia all night long, and there was no reason for us to believe it wouldn't continue.
Grissom swings on the first pitch. Ramirez sprinting back and right, and this ball hits the top of the wall. Grissom on his way to second and in with a leadoff double.
I think they left him in one pitch too long. I think he'll take him out now.
We didn't want to start the inning with the left-hander because we knew that if Grissom did get on, that they would pinch hit probably Devereaux, and Devereaux can hit the ball at the ballpark where Polonia is not likely to do that.
Polonia's 0 for 3. And Sorrento can't get it. It's by the diving first baseman. Grissom is waved home. RBI single for Polonia.
That one hurt, Charlie. Okay, Mike. That hurt. All right, Mike, you gotta make the move now.
Indeed. It was Assenmacher who came on, and Polonia immediately stole second. Chipper Jones then walked, and a deep fly ball by McGriff allowed both runners to advance. 1 out, 5-4 Cleveland.
A base hit could give them the lead by Erga. Boots it. Does he recover in time? No, safe. The game tied, and runners at the corners, still only 1 out.
That brought on Julian Taveras to face pinch hitter Mike Devereaux, hoping for his first World Series hit.
I was telling myself not to make myself nervous at all, but the all fun part of being in the World Series is the fact that, hey, this is pretty exciting. This is going to be the most important at bat in my entire career.
The 1-0 pitch is hammered into left center field. It gets down for a base hit. The Braves have taken the lead.
Though a spectacular double play pivot by Vizquel prevented further harm, the damage was done, and Cleveland fans were stunned, trailing now 6-5. But in the bottom of the 8th, Wohlers came in with 2 on and 1 out. 50 times, Cleveland came back to win in '95. Why not 51?
So the batter is Sandy Alomar Jr. First and third, 1 out. On the first pitch, he hits it between McGriff and the bag. The game is tied. Kirby, the pinch runner, to third. Alomar on his way in with a double, and he pumps his fist as he gets there.
Alomar's well-placed double had tied the game at 6, but Wohlers got the next 2 outs. Atlanta had played its relief ace, and in the 9th, so did Cleveland. Jose Mesa came on for his first ever World Series appearance. A showdown was at hand.
Mesa, I mean, 46 out of 48. You don't think the guy's ever going to give up a run.
To deep right, and Ramirez will have to play it off the wall, and Lemke's going to be held to a single.
We were hitting Mesa around pretty good, really. I mean, there's some balls really cracked.
2 on, 2 out of the 9th. Hit hard, and Perry scoops it up, preserving the tie.
Perry was brought in for defensive purposes, and he made the play of the game.
I enjoyed it. I mean, that was probably one of the best moments I've had. It was incredible. I mean, the feeling coming off the field, 50,000 people standing on their feet yelling and screaming, that's the best feeling in the world.
The showdown continued in the bottom of the 9th.
Wohlers, I don't remember him getting hit much, but he was in the strike zone.
slow roller. Mordecai has to charge, throws on the run and gets him.
It was just like an old duel, you know, like in the Old West or something like that. The two best pitchers in baseball out there going at one another.
A high-stakes poker game that Cleveland couldn't afford to lose.
This is an exciting game from the Atlanta dugout. It's a gut-wrenching game in this dugout. Up the middle. Baerga's at least able to stop it. Can he throw him out? Yes!
Cleveland came oh so close in the bottom of the 10th.
Now we're in the 10th. Lofton goes. They don't contest it. It's hit up the middle. Lefty gets Vizquel in first. 2 men are left. On to the 11th.
The man was tough, and I trying to be tough to compare to the guy, you know, because the man is a hard throwing like 100 last night.
When Mesa answered the call in the 11th inning, it marked his longest outing of the year. But could he have gone more than 3?
Yeah, I can go longer, but they don't want me to go farther because they're thinking about tomorrow. But sometimes in this area, you know, you cannot thinking about tomorrow. You got to thinking about today, and that's it.
Bouncing ball to Baerga. Vizquel. And now they give themselves another chance to win.
When Alejandro Pena relieved Wohlers in the bottom of the 11th, he immediately ran into trouble against the man who had made the final out in the first 2 games.
Baerga smacks one into right center field. This is going to split the outfielders and go to the wall. Baerga doesn't run that well, and he's content to stop at second base.
The Braves walked Bell intentionally and set the stage for the future Hall of Famer, Eddie Murray.
In that inning, I just say, Eddie gonna have it right here. He was 0 for 5. You know, he looked bad at the play, and I say, no, he's gonna step up, he's gonna do it, and he got a line drive right away.
He lines it into center. Here comes the pinch runner, Espinosa. The Indians are back in the World Series.
Between family, friends, and work, there are never enough hours in the day. So how do I find time to stay in shape? With the Bowflex Tread Climber machine. It's like having 3 cardio machines in one, and it burns up to twice the calories in half the time. All I have to do is walk.
The Tread Climber machine delivers the aerobic workout of a treadmill, the climbing resistance of a stair stepper, and the low-impact movement of an elliptical all at the same time. The result is a low-impact, calorie-blasting, body-transforming workout. Call now for this free DVD and see for yourself how the Tread Climber machine's 3-in-1 technology delivers more results with less effort in less time.
If you want a better way to get a better body, you need to get this free DVD.
On it, you'll see how the Tread Climber burns up to 2 times more calories than a treadmill without ever going faster than a brisk walk. Call or go online now to take advantage of our new low price and save $300. You can own a Tread Climber machine for our lowest price ever, but you'll need to act now. Get in shape for less and save $300 on a Tread Climber machine.
So if you think a tread climber sounds like all gain and no pain, you're right, which is why people love it.
I'm healthier than I have ever been. It started working after a couple of weeks, and then I just kept at it.
I went from 54 to a 36 jeans.
Went from a size 10 down to a size 4.
I got energy.
I like where I'm at. I'm more confident. I feel a lot better about myself.
The doctor took me off all my high blood pressure pills.
He's done a good job, and we both work very hard, and we're both very proud of the results we achieved.
The Tread Climber turned my whole life around.
You can get firmer thighs, tighter glutes, and a stronger core. Work out 30 minutes 3 times a week, and you'll see dramatic results in just 6 weeks, guaranteed, or your money back. Call or go online to buytc.com to get your free DVD and learn how you can save $300 on a Bowflex Tread Climber machine. This is our lowest price ever. Call now.
On the hill for Cleveland in Game 4, Ken Hill, hoping for some good luck of his own. His mission? Keep Atlanta leadoff hitter Marquise Grissom off the base path. But on Hill's first pitch, Grissom singled to center field. And Bobby Cox figured it was a good time to force the issue.
And there goes Grissom, and the first pitch is a strike, and the throw is a one-hopper that is not in time. Right fielder.
With 2 on and 2 out, Justice sought to shake his series doldrums. Hargrove liked the matchup, with Justice 1 for 25 lifetime against Hill.
And that's grounded to Vizquel softly. To Baerga for the force, and Atlanta squanders a threat in the first.
The Braves countered with Steve Avery over Maddox. Avery pitched shutout ball through the first 5 innings. In fact, he allowed the Tribe only 2 hits, and his smooth, effective outing made Cox look like a genius.
Belliard is there to field back of second and throw him out.
Well, so far you can't second-guess Bobby Cox going with this young man, Steve Avery.
In the top of the 6th, Ryan Klesko sought to break the scoreless tie. For up to now, Hill was matching Avery pitch for pitch.
That's drilled to right field and out of here.
Split-finger fastball, and it's a rocket to right.
The beleaguered Carlos Baerga had hit into a double play in the bottom of the 6th, and that left matters up to Albert Bell.
They got to have Albert hit one out of here. Albert's got to hit the ball in the air.
Avery worked him away.
A walk and a strikeout for Bell tonight, and Avery hasn't given him one decent pitch to hit.
But as Cox knew only too well, Albert can make even outside pitches disappear.
World Series, it's 4th and 1. 4th and 1 on the goal line, Albert.
And that's hit down the right field line and deep and into the corner, and it is gone!
Touchdown. His first of the series. Buoyed by the mini comeback, Cleveland fans made a wish: keep the Braves off the warpath. But with 1 out, Grissom walked, and Hargrove stuck with Hill against a pesky left-hander.
Left fielder number 17, Luis Polonia.
Hindsight is 2020.
That's hit in the air to right center field, and racing over is Ramirez, and he can't make the play. Grissom around third, being waved in, and scores to give Atlanta the lead on a double by Polonia.
But Ted and Jane's excellent adventure had yet to run its course. For now, Cleveland called on the left-handed Assenmacher, and now it was Cox who liked the matchup this created. For after Chipper Jones walked and both runners advanced, Assenmacher faced Justice, a .400 lifetime hitter against him. Question was, did Justice know this?
No, actually, I didn't even know that. I've always thought of Assenmacher as a quality lefty, and you know, with a good slider and a good fastball. So I didn't know about my success against him.
Well, he was soon to find out. But first, he fell behind 0-2, and Cleveland fans had hopes of keeping it a 1-run game.
Not every pitch is designed to get hitters out. That was a show-me fastball for the breaking ball that's coming next.
You know what? It's the World Series. Stand up!
And that's grounded into center field for a base hit. Polonia comes in to score, and so does Jones to make it 4-1.
The 2-run single had broken the spirit of the hometown fans.
Nice hitting by Justice.
It became 5-1 in the 9th, and even though he worked 3 innings the night before, Atlanta called on Wohlers, who quite simply didn't have it. Home run Ramirez, but Wohlers wasn't fazed.
As a matter of fact, when he came into the game, every pitch was clocked faster than the night before. The only problem was that he was getting it down the middle, and he wasn't changing speeds, and it didn't look like he was going to, so I thought we better get somebody else in.
That somebody was Pedro Borbon Jr., who hadn't pitched in nearly 3 weeks.
I think he's got a lot of guts to make this move. I do too.
1 man on, nobody out, Atlanta leading 5-2.
Cold strike 3.
Come on, Sandy!
Next, he fanned Alomar.
Oh. And that's line to right field, and backing up and making the catch is Justice. Lofton smoking it to right field. Wohlers, the first guy out of the dugout. A star is born right there. Pedro Borbon Jr. pitching for the first time in 19 days.
The amount of information that's going to be provided through Hot Stove, it's going to be second to none.
The key here is we have time to dissect. We are about baseball, no other sport.
Hot Stove, coming up next, only on MLB Network.
Hello, America. As your Secretary of Taste, I'm implementing a taste stimulus package, and Domino's American Legends are the cornerstone. So whether you're some yoga babe who digs tasty veggies, or a lumberjack craving steak and 40% more cheese. Hello, Mr. President. Tell them taste is on the way. Ask not what your crust can do for you. Ask if it has cheese on it.
Introducing Domino's American Legends. 6 legendary American tastes like the Pacific Veggie and Honolulu Hawaiian, each with a cheesy crust. From Domino's.
My first week home was great. We had a party, small party.
2 o'clock in the morning, they were waiting for me.
My niece was waiting for me at the airport with a sign and balloons.
There was a huge sign across my front house, and it said, "Welcome home, Megan."
They lifted me up on their shoulders, and
First week back, people just said thank you. They just said thank you.
A new generation of veterans is coming home. Make a difference for them at welcomebackveterans.org.
Saturday, for every player in the major leagues, there are countless young athletes striving to succeed, hoping to turn a field of dreams into the chance of a lifetime. In celebration of Black History Month, MLB Network gives these promising college athletes a chance to live the dream before a national audience, live from the MLB Urban Youth Academy, with 2 great games between historically black colleges and universities versus Division I powerhouses. It all starts Saturday, 5 Eastern, live on MLB Network.
Down 3-1, the outlook wasn't brilliant for the Cleveland Nine this day, especially with the mighty Maddox standing in their way. But they had seen him before, and now had a plan, thanks to hitting coach Charlie the Man.
Some of our guys were going to move closer to the plate. What this did was we felt like he had cut down the area that he could throw the ball in, and also we were going to make him jam us. And we were going to try to hit the ball the opposite field, and even if we had to stay inside out.
Good hitting, you have to adjust. He stood well off the plate early in this World Series, especially against Maddox. He has moved up. He's a little bit closer. And he hits it in the air down the right field line and into the corner. And just like last night, gone. Same spot.
Bell's first inning 2-run homer followed the manual plan to perfection. Next, Eddie Murray.
Hello. Good. And Frank Pulley steps in between. And now both dugouts will empty.
Albert hits the home run, which is huge energy that we've kind of broken the invincible Greg Maddux. Then Eddie gets knocked down, and that's even more energy. Like we had the fire of a 2-run homer, and now the fire and the intensity of we really want to beat these guys now.
Those Hershiser and Maddox are very calm in that whole thing. 2 choir boys in the middle of a riot.
I just asked him, hey, were you throwing at him on purpose? And Greg said, no, I was trying to jam him. And I said, well, you're better than that. Kind of in a connotation meaning, if you're going to come into somebody, it doesn't have to be at their head. And I have a lot of respect for Greg, tremendous amount of respect. And I know he probably wasn't trying to hit Eddie and hurt him, but he definitely was trying to knock him down. This guy, he can throw a ball in a teacup. So the ball, the teacup was a little higher than I would appreciate being thrown at my player.
On the strength of a surprising Luis Polonia home run, the Braves got one back. And as the game moved to the bottom of the 4th, Eddie Murray gained a small measure of revenge.
That's line and caught, and what a play by Maddox. That's as good as it gets.
I'll tell you, a certain amount of solace for Eddie Murray also after being knocked down. Now he knocks Maddox down.
Hershiser and Maddox, the sequel, was shaping up as expected. But Orioles' 2-1 lead became endangered in the 5th. A single, an error, and an intentional walk loaded the bases with 1 out, and the always dangerous Grissom was at the plate.
And it's a little chopper to the left of the mound, and Hershiser won't have any play, as it turns out. The only play he would have had, the way that ball was hit, would have been a 1-2 force at home. And now the game is tied and the bases remain loaded.
Bologna comes up, he just hit a home run off of me, and I'm hoping that I can get a ground ball, and a ground ball hard enough, because this guy's fast, hitting from the left side. And fortunately, he hits a bullet at Omar and gets us out of the inning. That was absolutely a huge point in the game, because Maddox, starting to get the feel for things, goes out there with a lead. We're in big trouble.
Hi, may I help you?
Yes, I hear Progressive has lots of discounts on car insurance. Can I get in on that?
Are you a safe driver?
Yes.
Discount. Do you own a home?
Yes.
Discount. Are you gonna buy online?
Yes.
Discount. Isn't getting discounts great?
Yes.
There's no discount for agreeing with me.
Yeah, I got carried away.
It happens to me all the time.
Helping you save money. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Welcome to Progressive's Concierge Claims Center. You must be Mr. Garcia.
I was in a little fender bender.
We have your reservation right here. We'll assess the damage, coordinate the repairs, and call you when it's fixed. And it all comes with your policy. Here's your rental.
Can I see it again?
Taking care of everything for you. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Welcome inside Studio 3. It's Greg Amsinger getting ready for the next edition of 30 Clubs in 30 Days here on MLB Network. This time we turn our preseason focus to the Minnesota Twins, a club that had a great year in 2008. For more on what to expect in the show, let's take you down to Fort Myers, Florida, where Trenny Kisnerick is standing by. Trenny.
Well, Greg, the Twins were oh so close to the postseason last year. They fell 1 game short to the Chicago White Sox. We're going to find out why the Twins are talking World Series this spring. We're also going to take a look at a couple of key position battles. All that and more coming up on Twins 30 Clubs in 30 Days.
Trenny, thank you very much. We look forward to it. Rod Gardenhire will be in the show. We'll also speak to Joe Nathan when we join you for the next edition of 30 Clubs in 30 Days, the Minnesota Twins edition here on MLB Network.
MLB Network's 30 Clubs in 30 Days, Saturday at 8 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
The game was now tied 2-2, and time for the Indians was running out. But Baerga laced a double off Maddox with 1 out in the 6th, setting the stage for some Jacobs Field magic. They walked Bell on purpose and brought Murray to the plate. Murray flied out, putting runners on second and third.
Come on, Jim, get aggressive. Come on, Jim. Hit one hard somewhere.
Tomei's proud parents looked on.
I was looking for something off speed. I wasn't looking for a fastball. I was looking for something off speed. And he threw a changeup, and actually, I don't think he put the ball where he wanted to put it.
And it's lined back through the middle to give the Indians the lead.
Next, Manny Ramirez.
And that one's hit into right field to make it 4-2 by Ramirez.
For just the 3rd time all season, Maddox had allowed 4 runs in a game. With Cleveland leading 4-2 in the bottom of the 8th, it was Tomei time once again.
Come on, Jim, don't be afraid to hit it to left.
Come on, Jimmy, put the nail in the coffin.
To deep center field where it's 405 and gone.
I've had a lot of good feelings in my life, but nothing ever to that, you know? And being in a World Series game and to do that in that situation is just a big thrill, and it had to be even more of a thrill for him.
Now in the top of the 9th, a chance for Jose Mesa's wife to celebrate, in anticipation of her husband locking this game up. Mesa saved a Major League high 46 games in '95 and allowed just one earned run at Jacobs Field. But Ryan Klesko, with 1 on and 2 out in the 9th, gave the Indians cause to pause.
To right field and deep, and it is gone. 1 strike away. Klesko hits 1 out. It is 5-4, and they're going to wring every last ounce of emotion out of this crowd tonight. 5-4 with 2 out in the 9th.
Mesa got 2 quick strikes on the patient Mark Lemke, and Jacobs Field begged for one more chance to celebrate.
Back to Georgia.
Hot Stove on MLB Network.
It's good to be here. This place is pretty awesome.
We'll play a little ball after this.
Oh, I'm ready.
Nobody on television is covering baseball in the offseason like this.
I'm going to fire a 2-seamer on the corner right here.
With an all-star roster of analysts, former players who really know the game.
I don't think anyone played better defense than the Rays did last year.
The Yankees still have problems getting to Mariano at the end of the game.
And insiders who hear every red-hot rumor first.
If they don't get Manny, they're going to need to get offense somehow.
Nobody breaks down big player moves like they do on the Stove.
That pitch has been his money pitch his whole career. If it stays that way, the Brewers got themselves a bargain on the free agent market.
Great move for the Orioles. A young player under control for 6 years.
And the guests are heavy hitters, MVPs, Cy Young winners, Hall of Famers.
I play to win each and every day.
With a lineup this stacked, it's no wonder they hit it out of the park every night.
He's safe.
Hot Stove, coming up next, only on MLB Network.
Gonna rise up, find my direction magnetically. Gonna rise up, throw down my ace in the hole.
This is where the end of cancer begins. Stand up with all of us. Stand up. Stand up to cancer.
Before the excitement of the 2009 World Baseball Classic, you gotta know which players you're rooting for. Get a first look at who could be playing for their country. World Baseball Classic Final Roster Special, Tuesday at 6 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Back in Atlanta, Braves fans were hoping for deliverance from their past World Series woes.
It's over tonight. It's over tonight.
We'll see. It's not over yet.
Chief on everyone's mind was winning the game. But for one Brave in particular, there was some damage control to be done. Prior to the game, Dave Justice challenged the fans to get behind the Braves with a bit more fervor.
It wasn't a matter of me trying to lash out at the fans or say I don't appreciate them. It was just a matter of me basically saying that, I haven't felt like they've been behind us like I've seen them in the past.
The tone was set. Let the game begin.
Woo! Go Braves!
Dennis Martinez returned to the mound for Game 6. And quite frankly, he wasn't sharp. In the bottom of the second, he walked the first 2 batters he faced. But his savior, once again, was his defense.
Back through the middle. Vizquel flags it down. The glove flip to Baerga and on to first to get the diving Belliard on a gorgeous double play.
I think that's ball 2.
A couple of walks in the end don't hurt Martinez because his defense bails him out.
But in the other dugout, the powerful Indians were being rendered helpless by the Braves' magnificent maestro on the mound, who, as the night wore on, conducted a 5-measure masterpiece of no-hit baseball. Bravo, bravo. A virtuoso performance by Tom Glavine. but still a scoreless game. In the bottom of the fifth, the gutsy Martinez was gone. Hargrove called on left-hander Jim Poole with 2 on and 2 out. Poole got 2 quick strikes on cleanup hitter Fred McGriff, as fans in 2 cities held their breath.
On 3 pitches, he ends the threat. Hargrove's move pays off.
Could Cleveland be held hitless in a World Series game? Not if 15-year veteran Tony Pena had his way, leading off the 6th.
Hits softly in the shallow center, and it drops in front of Grissom.
There goes the no-hitter.
But still, the Indians failed to score at the hands of Glavine. It seemed like no one would score until the bottom of the 6th, when sweet irony surfaced and Justice brought back any fans still not on his side.
A long drive to right. Ramirez turns to the track. She's gone. Dave Justice, all is forgiven in Atlanta.
Bob, it's okay to talk the talk if you can walk the walk.
Prime time Justice? Or is it served?
Well, in fact, Justice prevailed into the 9th, where after 8 innings of 1-hit ball, Glavine gave way to Wohlers. Just 3 outs separated Atlanta from its first sports championship and the 5th 1-hitter in series history.
Let's go Braves! Let's go Braves! Let's go Braves!
Cleveland hadn't lost 1-0 in 566 games. But Lofton's leadoff effort would be thwarted by the Atlanta Brave defense.
A blooper in foul ground. Belliard racing over. Backhanded grab.
That's one! Hooray! Woo!
He is their defensive specialist, and that's why Bobby Cox said, I always hate to take Rafael Belliard out of the ballgame for a pinch hitter.
Mike Hargrove can't afford to leave his shortstop in. He'll send up Sorrento, a 25-home run man, hopeful that Wohlers makes a mistake and Sorrento can tie it. Center field, Grissom, lots of room. 1 out away. The most feared offense in baseball all year long, held to 1 hit through 8 2/3 by Glavine and Wohlers. Baerga is 0 for 3. Left center field, Grissom on the run. The team of the 90s has its world championship.
The Atlanta Braves are the world champs.
I just want to say we love baseball a lot, and we worked hard, and we deserve it. And we're going to enjoy it.
Working! Oh, thank you.
It was a magnificent season for both teams. Cleveland won 109 games for a whole new generation of adoring fans. And Atlanta finally shed the shackles of the past. More than 600,000 turned out to honor the new champions of baseball.
This is awesome. You know, this is what it's all about. You know, you want to be world champions, and you never know what it's going to feel like until you are. But this is great. We're happy. We're happy for these people, and happy everybody came out here to celebrate with us.
Well, it's fantastic.
Rated Teen.
They have a problem.
We need people to think we have a father.
You're kind of scaring me a little bit right now.
He needs a paycheck.
$500 a week plus a room in the